In this class, I am going to explain determination of angle made by vector with coordinate axis. As I told you in the last lecture, angle made by vector can be determined by using direction of cosines. In the last class, I explained you resolution of vectors. If it is the coordinate system with x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Now if it is the vector A making alpha angle with x-axis, beta angle with y-axis and gamma with z-axis. So we have written the formula for cos alpha is its x component by mod of A, cos beta, cos of angle made by that vector with y-axis is y component of that vector by its magnitude, and cos of angle made by that vector with z-axis cos gamma is z component of this vector divided by its magnitude. These are the formulae which are used to determine angle made by vector with the coordinate axis x, y and z. So you can see here, if if alpha and beta are equal, or if you have a vector with x and y components are equal, if ax equal to ay, if a vector with x and y components are equal, then it makes same angle with x and y axis. So if x and y components are equal, that vector lies exactly middle of x and y axis. It makes 45 degrees angle with x axis and also y axis when z component is 0. If z component is 0, that gamma is 90. If any component from these three is 0, that vector is perpendicular to that axis. If ax is 0, that a vector, given vector is perpendicular to x axis. If ay is 0, vector is perpendicular to y axis. If az is 0, it is perpendicular to z axis. If you have a vector like this, 2i plus 3j, definitely you can understand gamma is 90. And this vector is closer to what? Y axis, y component is more. So if vector is with the same components like this, 2i plus 2j without z component, so it makes same angle with x, y and z axis, x axis and y axis, and it is equal to 45, alpha equal to beta equal to 45. You can also check based on this equation also. You can also check these angles by using equations. So no z component, gamma 90. No x component, alpha 90. No y component, beta 90. If x and y components are equal, that vector makes same angle with x axis and y axis. If all three components are equal, like this, 2k, it means what? Alpha equal to beta equal to gamma. If all three components are equal, that vector can make same angle with all three axes. Clear? Now, if you have a question like this, if you a vector of magnitude a, example problem, if a vector of magnitude a is making same angle with x, y and z axis respectively, it is making same angle with three axes, then components of this a vector, if alpha equal to beta equal to gamma, then its components ax, ay and az are the components. This is the vector with magnitude a making same angles. Indirectly by using this, if alpha, beta, gamma are equal, cos alpha equal to cos beta equal to cos gamma, you can apply cos on both sides. So ax equal to, from this you can, this is given, so from that you can understand x component is equal to y component and z component. All three components are equal. Then so magnitude of this vector is under root of ax square plus ay square plus az square. This is the formula for magnitude of a vector. But if here these three components are equal, substitute this here, this is equal, this is ax, this is also ax, ax. It gives what? Root of 3ax square. Squaring this equation on both sides, a square is equal to 3ax square. So therefore ax equal to a by root 3. That is the x component. Not only x component, three components are same. Ax equal to ay equal to az equal to a by root 3. So if all these components are equal to a by root 3, that magnitude is a and they make same angle with all three axes. So remember one thing, if components are equal, that vector will make same angle with both the axes. Example problem, if you have a vector like this, a bar is equal to I cap plus j cap, then angle made by this vector with x, y and z axis, alpha, beta and gamma are. So from this, what is the ax? X component is 1, y component is 1, z component is 0. Means from this you can say gamma is 90. Because cos gamma is equal to what? Cos gamma is az by a. So this is 0. Directly gamma is 90. Now these two are equal. Definitely this vector lies in first quadrant. You can see both x component and y components are positive. So it lies in first quadrant like this. So both the components are equal. That is why it definitely lies exactly middle of positive x axis and y axis. So this is alpha, this is beta. Or else you can also find the angles based on formula also. Ax by a. Ax is 1. A. What is a? Mod of this vector. Under root of ax square, ay square plus az square. It is equal to root 2. That is mod of a. This is root 2. So alpha is 45 degrees. Similarly, cos beta is ay by a. Ay equal to 1. So a is root 2. So beta also 45. So instead of finding these angles by using formulae, you should estimate the angles by this equation. So by the observation you should estimate the angle. So how that vector oriented in coordinate system, whether it is closer to x axis or closer to y axis, or whether it is perpendicular to z axis or perpendicular to y axis. Based on this given equation we can estimate. So if the same vector is like this, if it is minus I plus j, then you can see minus I plus j means it lies in second quadrant like this. So I component is negative. So this vector lies in second quadrant. Second quadrant. Again cos alpha. So alpha means you can take alpha with this x axis and this is beta. So same again, both components are equal in magnitude. Definitely this alpha beta is equal to 45 degrees. Means this is 45, this is 45. Or also you can use formula also, ax by a. You can take only magnitudes. Ax is what? Instead of minus 1 you can also take 1. If you take minus 1 you will get this angle. You will get an angle made by that vector with positive x axis. So if you want only angle with this negative x axis, no need to take minus 1. Here 1 by the magnitude of this is root 2, alpha is 45. This is the angle with negative x axis. So this is the 45 degrees with negative x axis and it is measured in clockwise direction. Or you can say the same 45 degrees angle, beta also same with positive y axis. So this measurement is anti-clockwise direction, anti-clockwise. Or what is the angle made by this vector with positive x axis? You can see that angle made by that vector with positive x axis is what? This is alpha. And I want this, if it is some theta, alpha plus theta is 180, so that theta is 180 minus alpha, it gives 180 minus 45, it is equal to 135 degrees with positive x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. This measurement you can see, we should measure the angles always towards vector from the reference axis. This is our reference, so it should be measured like this. So this is in anti-clockwise direction. So this is how that direction of or angle made by the vector to be described. So this is the way to describe the direction of vector, right? Clear? Now if you have a vector like this, can you say the direction and magnitude? Magnitude is root 2. What is the? Again, magnitude is same, root 2 only. So this vector is now lies in third quadrant. So you can say this is 45 degrees and this is 45 directly. Means it makes 45 degrees angle with negative x-axis and the direction of measurement of angle, that is anti-clockwise. And what is the angle made by this positive x-axis? Positive x-axis 135 degrees with positive x-axis in clockwise. Or you can say 45 degrees with this angle. This is negative y-axis. Negative y-axis in this angle. You should measure the angle from this axis towards this vector. So that is in clockwise. So you can describe the direction in any manner. You can explain its angle in any manner. Also you can say it makes 135 degrees angle with positive y-axis. This is the measurement of angle. So you should not take this angle. It will be more than 180. So angles must be less than 180, never be more than 180. So here 135 degrees angle with positive y-axis in anti-clockwise direction. I think you understood how to describe the direction of vector or how to describe the angle made by the vector with coordinate axis, whether it is clockwise, whether the measurement is in clockwise or anti-clockwise. Clear? Now another, you can see if it is a vector A is equal to I minus root 3j. Explain the direction. What is the magnitude? Magnitude is what? I think magnitude is 2. Magnitude of this. Root of this is 1i, 1 square plus minus root 3 square. It gives 3 plus 1 root 4 is 2. That is the magnitude. Now to know the angle cos alpha. So can you estimate the quadrant in which this vector lies? I is positive and j component is negative. So it lies in fourth quadrant like this. So definitely this vector is closer to y-axis. Reason, y component is more than x component. This is closer to this. Definitely it can make more than 45 degrees angle with this positive x-axis and less than 45 degrees angle with this negative y-axis. So we can guess now. So by estimating this quadrant of this vector, you can estimate this angle and this angle. This alpha is here greater than beta. Reason, that y component is more. So alpha is more than 45 and beta is less than 45. Or to know that alpha, cos alpha, apply the formula ax by mod a. Ax is 1, mod a is 2. So alpha is 60 degrees. So we should write this alpha in sentence. Let us write 60 degrees angle with positive x-axis, angle 60 degrees with positive x-axis in clockwise direction. or this beta. What about beta? That is 30 degrees with negative y-axis in anti-clockwise direction. I think you understood. So how to write angles? If a vector is like this, if you have a vector a bar is equal to 2i plus 3j, what about this? This vector lies in first quadrant and closer to which axis? Closer to y-axis, like this. This is a. So now this is alpha, this is beta. To know alpha, you can draw the normal line onto x-axis. This is what? It's x component. This is what? Y component. Or you can also write tan, or also you can apply cos alpha. Cos alpha is what? Ax by mod a. What is ax? This is 2 mod a. Root of 2 square plus root of 2 square plus 3 square. 9 plus 4, that is this is cos alpha. Or sometimes they will provide options in tan. So to write this equation in terms of tan, you can write this right angle triangle alpha. If it is alpha, based on this is 2 units, this is root 13 units. Then this side is, you can apply Pythagoras theorem, you will have 3. So tan alpha is 3 by 2. Or else directly you can write here from the diagram. You can see this is the vector a, this is a vector, this side is its x component, this is its y component. Tan alpha equal to ay by ax also you can use. So tan alpha is equal to 3 by 2. So alpha equal to tan inverse of 3 by 2 and with positive x-axis and measured in anti-clockwise direction. Clear? For example, instead of this coordinate system, if you have geographical directions east, west, north, south. So if a body first displaces towards east for 3 meters and then takes turn towards north and moves for 4 meters, then what is the total displacement? This is the starting point, this is the end point. This is B. From A to B 3 meters, from B to C towards north 4 meters. Then total displacement. So total displacement is what? Initial displacement from A to B is 3. Its direction is I, 3I. From B to C 4 meters is the magnitude, direction is J. You can treat north as positive y-axis. So this is the total displacement in vector form. Now magnitude of this. Magnitude you can write simply under root of 3 square plus 4 square. Magnitude is 5 meters. What about the direction? Direction of this. So definitely this vector you can see it lies in first quadrant, means like this. So or you can see if you join this to, this is the total displacement. So it is in the direction of this, it lies between this north and east. So is it exactly northeast? No. So if these two are equal, it will be middle of north and east, means that is called northeast. If these two are equal, that direction is called northeast. But here you can see y component is greater, so it is closer to north. So if it is the total displacement, yes, this is beta, here this is alpha. So beta is smaller than alpha, closer to north. This is east. Then let us find alpha. So cos alpha is x component by this vector, that is displacement of the vector. What is x component? You can see here x component is 3 and displacement is magnitude of displacement is 5. So cos alpha equal to 3 by 5. So based on this triangle, you should remember this triangle. We frequently use 37 and 53 degrees. So this is 3 units, 4 units, 5 units. If you remember this triangle, you can write cos 37 sin 37 tan 37 or cos 53 sin 53 tan 53. So based on that, what is cos 3 by 5 means 53. You will have, this is alpha is 53 degrees. 53 degrees what with what? So you can describe this properly. Alpha is angle made by that displacement with what? Alpha equal to, let us write this in detail, 53 degrees angle north of east. Listen carefully. So this angle is measured towards north from east. So it is called north of east. So if it is 53, definitely this beta is 37. Or you can say the same, the direction 37 degrees angle, 37 degrees angle east of north. East of north. Clear? Towards east from north. So that is the way how the direction of vector is represented in terms of this geographical directions north, south, east, west, right? So another, let us see another example. So if a body is initially moving towards east with 10 meter per second, 10 meter per second towards east, and after certain time it turns towards south, turning towards south and moving with the same speed 10 meter per second. Let us take another, if it is making 20 meter per second towards, so if it is moving with magnitude 20 meter per second towards south, then change in velocity, change in velocity. I want direction also, direction and magnitude. Change in velocity is what? Final velocity minus initial velocity. But don't write 20 minus 10, directly 10, right? So these are the vectors. We should not take only magnitude difference. So you can say this is a 10 meter per second east, means that V1 is 10 I cap. This is 20 meter per second towards south. So V2 bar is minus j, south is minus j. So this is minus 20j, this is minus 10i. You can see this change in vector is with both negative I component and negative j component. So this vector definitely lies in which quadrant? Third quadrant. Third quadrant means what? You can see here. This is north, east, west, south. This is the direction of change in velocity. It is closer to what? J component is more. It is closer to y axis. So this is beta, this is alpha. You can see here again cos alpha. Cos alpha is its x component minus 10 by, or else no need to take minus n. Already we are measuring with negative x axis. Magnitude of this 100 plus 200, so it gives 10 root 3. This cancel. Alpha equal to cos inverse of 1 by root 3. This is the measurement of angle with negative x axis. Sorry, this is not x axis, west. So this is the angle. You can say this is what? South of west. This angle is measured towards south from west. So you can say alpha equal to cos inverse of 1 by root 3 south of west. Clear? So remember this, if a vector is exactly middle of this east, north and east, if it is the vector 45 degrees, you can say this is what? Northeast. If a vector is exactly middle of this south and east, southeast. If a vector is exactly middle of this south and west, southwest, this is northwest. If vector is closer to this, like this, if it is alpha, this is what? Alpha is the angle measured towards west from north. This is west of north. West of north. This beta, this is what? If angle is measured towards north from west, beta is north of west. Clear how to describe the angle? So if it is the small particle initially moving towards east with 10 km per hour, initially moving towards east with this speed 10 km per hour, after 2 seconds it turns towards north and moving with the same speed without changing speed. It has taken a turn after 2 seconds. Then acceleration of the particle is average acceleration. Acceleration of the particle is. So let us take the geographical directions here: north, south, east, west. You can see what is the acceleration? Rate of change of velocity, or total change in velocity by total time. Total time is 2 seconds. Change in velocity, you should not take 10 minus 10. This is final velocity minus initial velocity by time. That is the formula for average acceleration. But here you can see what is V1. V1 is 10 I cap, 10 km per hour towards east. What about V2? V2 is 10 J cap. That is V2 bar in vector form. So it gives what? 10J minus 10I by 2. So therefore acceleration of the particle is 5I. So write this to this minus 5I plus 5J. This is the acceleration in vector form. This equation will give both magnitude and direction. If you want magnitude, you can directly find magnitude here. Root of this minus 5 square plus 5 square gives 25 plus 25, root 50. That is, root 50 is what? 5 root 2 kilometer per hour square. Kilometer per hour is there. So units are here kilometer per hour square. So that is the magnitude of the acceleration of the particle. But direction, sometimes you are asked direction also. This equation will give both magnitude and direction. You can see this equation lies in which quadrant? Third quadrant. You can see I is negative. Third quadrant means like this. And both x component and y components are same in magnitude. This is 5, 5. So definitely lies middle of this north and west. So this is the acceleration. So you can say acceleration is northwest. That is, acceleration is northwest. Middle of north and west is what? Simply northwest. No need to mention 45 degrees. Northwest means makes 45 degrees either with north and west or west. Clear?